The North Star does not move. I once left a telescope still, without moving it for 1 year, on the ground, overlooking straight at the North Star. The North Star didn't move once away from the telescope. If the world was round, the North Star would be far away in space, vertically with the North Pole. Earth takes up 1 year to go around the Sun. For 6 months, Earth makes half of its rotation around the Sun. 215 suns go between the distance of the Sun and Earth on both sides of the Sun, which equal to 430 suns between the North Star and Earth. The North Star would have had to break its level with the North Pole because the Earth would move too far away from the North Star. Below is an example of the eyes overlooking at the North Star. We are on the North Pole looking at the North Star vertically straight with us. We then go to the equator and look at the North Star diagonally with us. We go to the south of Argentina, which we see the North Star very low as if it's setting like the sun. With the little movements that we made from the south to the north, we see the North Star that it moved as if it's setting. What about Earth that rotates around our sun millions more times than we move? The Earth moves away from the North Star, and the North Star does not move. The North Star would have moved with its large rotation that the Earth does around the Sun. Earth is flat. The planets circulate around the giant Earth, and the planets rotate around the Earth and the North Star. The North Star is located at the center of the Earth in space, vertically with the North Pole. Earth rotates within itself in the middle of the planets. The North Star has no way of breaking its level with the North Pole because it's in the center of the Earth. If we really paid close attention to the planets that are near the North Star can be seen 100% all year round. The planets that are further from the North Star cannot be seen all year round. They can only be seen for 8 months. We would see them like the sunset. In other words, they would fade. The planets that are in the south can only be seen for 4 months, which they also fade. The far distance of the stars from the North Star in space, the arch of the planets that rotate around the North Star, is bigger than if it were closer. The further the planets are from the North Star, we would see them like we would see the sun or the moon setting, because the further the distance, the more they fade. All of this explains that all planets, including the sun and the moon, rotate around the North Star. The North Star never messes up its vertical, leveled line with the North Pole because Earth is flat. In this video, I want to point out some extras for the space that surround us, for Earth, the moon, the sun, the planets, and the stars. God made humans in the form of having the ability to think and to speak out their thoughts. Humans have a curious mind, especially for the space that surrounds us. The years that have passed, humans have left behind their own theories about our universe. It was decided that the world was round. I won't hold anyone responsible for saying that the world is round. That was all that they could understand about it. The space that surrounds us is not made by humans. It was God's creation. From those years till today, all that were employed by NASA learned it all in school, that the world was round, which will continue to be that way till today. Me personally, I think that the world is flat, and that we live in a flat world because the sun, the moon, the planets, and the stars are the ones who keep everything on Earth alive on the surface of it. All the planets and the stars are near Earth and rotate around it. Without the moon, the sun, all the planets, and the stars, there wouldn't be life on Earth. From all the planets that surround us, don't ever think there is life on any other of them besides on Earth. One thing that makes me wonder is when they ask, how was the world created? I will give my answer with the shortest of words. The first human that was created, when he opened his eyes and saw that he was on Earth, from there is when life began for humans. How is it that we can know how the world was created when the world was already created before humans were made? Theories are theories. We should leave them as theories and never turn them into facts without proof. We should leave the creation of the world a mystery because they don't even know when the world ends, let alone when it began. If Galileo and Einstein were alive, they would really focus on the words to this video. They would also be convinced that the world is flat. I'm calling upon the American legal system, NASA, and the entire world in the field of astronomy that we should all come together and decide that we actually live on a flat Earth. There are people out there who believe that the world is actually flat, but their theory was wrong. I mean, who can blame them? That's how much knowledge they had. NASA should not take this change that will happen as an embarrassment, but it should be an honor because it's the truth. The day will come that the truth of the Earth and space will come out because everyone will eventually understand where we live on. So I am saying to you that it is better that we all make this change together. I am ready whenever to give my theories of astronomy. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe.